Hello, good evening, and long time no see. I am your host. It's A Train. Or A Train, depending on your region. And yes, long time no see. It's been a while since I've done one of these. Been rather busy. Extremely busy, to say the least. But I'm back temporarily while, I have the free time before I have to get back to work. But for today's stream, we have something special. As we all know, the Thomas and Friends Wonders of Sodor. Okay, I get it. We're all excited. No need to whistle. All right, but Wonders of Sodor is here. So I've actually got it. Like I stayed up till 6 o'clock. So apologies if I'm drowsy and just did a 10-hour shift. But I stayed up till 6 o'clock and waited for this game to release to download it the moment it dropped. So I'm a bit tired, and if I fall asleep during the stream, this is gonna be peak. Hopefully. Now, before I had went off to work, I had already uh, went through some of the features. Like there's some things I want to get into, but there's a lot of stuff that I do like so far. So we're gonna go ahead and get in, so all the engines can stop whistling at me from beyond. But this map is already this map so far. Beautiful. I actually love this, but I do have my issues with it. I'm not gonna nitpick now because the game just released. But some of the spots that we do have are Farquhar Quarry. I think we have, yeah, that was like in the story. No, it is. It is. I think that's actually the first one we can do. But there's one disappointment thing I want to get back to. But we have some of these I cannot pronounce by heart, so forgive me. Ellsbridge, I know that one. Sports Field, halt. I don't know. Okay. Tidsmith, of course you need Tidsmith Sheds, of course. You're gonna need that. Knapford Harbor, beautiful. Crosby, absolutely gorgeous. Henry's Forest, that's a good addition. And I like how they have that actually labeled. How you gonna have Henry's Forest but we don't got Henry yet? It's kind of backwards, isn't it? Wellsworth, always good. We're missing something down here. We'll get to that. Marin, Kildane, Clone. What we got over here? Whispering Woods. And before we go any further, I know this game is probably like a possibility down the line, but it would be beautiful if we can get like the narrow gauge stuff somewhere down the line. Like literally somewhere down the line if they ever get into it. But Proven Gate, I was really thinking about that at work. Like it would be really cool to have like Ballyhoo, like funny one. If we get some narrow gauge engine stuff, Henry's Tunnel, dang, it's that far? Or is it just named? Okay, we'll see. Because we're going to explore this entire map. Vickerstown, I think we saw that in the promotional images. And what do we have? Vickertown GR, okay. Hello, Keegan. Welcome to Wonders of Sodor. We got a few places to check out. But something that we got Knapford Harbor, okay. Where's my boy Cranky at? Vickerstown Bridge. We're gonna go see. Because they got Vickerstown over here, but it says yard and like the town itself. Which I'm guessing the bridge is right there. But if not, I think that's the bridge that we're looking at. We're gonna get it closer. I'm just looking at the overview. And where's our boy? Because that would be that was something I was also thinking about. Where like, are we gonna get like cranky at any time or any point in the game? Because I would think being able to just see cranky is really cool. But if it's not a possibility, that's fine. But where should we go to first? Should we just start at the sheds? Or should we just, I'll let everyone in the chat decide. Are we dropping at the sheds, or are we just going to pick a random point? Because I think here is hold on. But, you know, we're just going to go with the tried and true, Gordon and the Troublesome Trucks. So they have some story mode. I'm not in the mood for stories. I just kind of want to start the chaos. I just want to get in and see how, like, large the map is and see how accurate they got everything. No offense to Thomas, but it's finally going to feel good to drive other Thomas and Diesel instead of the same Thomas and Diesel. So we're just going to let Thomas and Diesel sit to the side. Not really going to use them a lot because we saw them so much in Train Sim World 5. Welcome to Explore Mode, yes. You know what? I dig it. Now, where does that lead? We're gonna go see. Now, I know that this is based off of the later series, but I would just love if we could have seen the Tent in the Sheds from like season 1 or season 2, like before that wall was there. Because if you go back and look in like older photos, like those buildings, that wall isn't there. But it still looks cool. Hear me out, Thomas and the Trucks. Oh, it's got to be around here somewhere. Or we could just, yeah, I think that's just the actual story mode, but... Okay, let's spawn some of the engines. And who should we spawn? Well, we're not going to spawn Thomas or... Well, fine. You know what? How dare I not spawn the #1 tank engine? It's your game. Does your face actually change, or do you just keep the same expression? We'll see. That was something we talked about too in this game. So we got Thomas. You know, we're just gonna spawn them all and see who looks the coolest to drive. Percy. Also, welcome to Train Sim World 6. Technically, Percy, your first time being in game. Oh, their faces do kind of change. I think you have to change the faces. We'll see. That'll be cool too. But Diesel, you were in the last game. Where are we gonna spawn you? Fine, you get to spawn in the sheds. But when Henry or James spawn in, we're gonna... Speaking of which, I didn't get the deluxe version because I had other stuff to do that I can't really discuss on stream because it's more channel related than it's story needs I can't really give out. Gordon will be fine. He should be happy. But I'm gonna save the best one for last, in my opinion. Gordon, where should we spawn? You know, Gordon, you'll be right there. How did you know he wasn't gonna be happy? Come on, Gordon, smile a bit. It's your first time being in a game. You do not look happy to be here. Look, I apologize. It took a while to get you a voice actor and then get you into the series, okay? You don't gotta be angry about it, man. It wasn't really my fault. Okay, it wasn't my fault. But we're here now. Look, everyone else is happy to be... Okay, he's gonna ignore me. He's gonna ignore me. I said I'm sorry. He's barely happy. Yeah, fair enough. But like, at least smile if you're somewhat happy to be here. And now, the engine I was most excited for because I haven't really seen a 3D flip. Of course, I've seen it in like trains and stuff like that, but like an actual like 100% model like in Train Sim 5, I never expected to see it. And I might drive it on. Sterling Sigma was one of my favorite, like real life, one of my favorite engines. Like the basis for the engine is my favorite. But I would drive Gordon, but he doesn't seem too happy. You know, if they had that one place where you ran through the wall, I would take you there. In Gordon's view. Yeah, if we had that, I would take you there to put a smile on your face, but you probably wouldn't smile anyway, so we're probably just going to pick someone else. Percy. Diesel is too focused on whatever's in the sky, so... Oh, you heard me. Oh, look who's actually focusing on me now. Never mind, you're still angry. Oh, look, he's smiling. He's actually smiling. What is it? Somebody said something that made him smile. Well, it certainly wasn't me, because he seems like he hates me. Oh, they all whistle. That's cool. Oh, come on, Diesel. You're ruining it. Like, I think that's for like whenever you're driving past the engines in like timetable mode, you can actually whistle past them and that's pretty cool. Now, if only they had something like that in like the other trains, like you could do that and the drivers would actually whistle back. That's cool. Now all we need is the like OG Thomas music playing to really get the party started. I think they actually give this game different controls too. Like it's not like the Train Sim World 5 controls. Like it's like actually a different control. Like it's right trigger to like make Thomas go, and brakes is left trigger. Oddly enough, and to switch like his direction, you actually gotta flip between R1 and L1 on PS4 and PS5. Indeed, but I guess we should just go into the yard and, well, I didn't want to take Thomas out, but actually, let me just explain the yard to see how accurate this is. Can Thomas, we need you for an experiment. We need to put you underneath the coal hopper to see if we can get you into an accident. And please, let's see. We also have to see if they have this game set up to where it sends you to like a death screen whenever you either go past a signal or derail. Oh, okay, so it's a hybrid, but I think you can also switch it to more realistic controls, but you know, I kind of like this control. Alright, Thomas, we'll do the turntable. Oh, that's okay. You don't even have to touch the turntable and actually spin it around. You just set the location of which track you're going to, but you got to make sure you stop on the turntable because we might send Thomas flying by accident. Which I'm getting ideas. Gordon, is there a pond nearby? We have a lot of crash recreations to do. Alright, let's go explore the yard, or however far I set that point. Something else I noticed, the HUD is still up, like, even though I disabled that, so hopefully there's a way to get that off the screen, and or probably just a day one glitch, because you're supposed to be seeing nothing, like just like Thomas on the screen, basically. I do that for, like, I don't really care if I can't see the controls, because it's even funnier when we get into a crash. Like the speedometer and stuff, I want to take that off the screen. So 10 minutes just leads right out onto a bridge. So like if the sheds, like, so let me get this straight, if this bridge were, like, got taken out by like a storm, how are the engines getting across? They're kind of just cooked, aren't they? I don't think Topham really planned this one for the construction. Can you control how long you can whistle, or no? Let's see. Nah, it's only a 3 whistle. It depends on how long, like, you push down on the whistle. But it's really, hey, it's, you gotta admit, it's still pretty cool that when you whistle past one of the engines, they actually whistle back. And you probably could control how long you whistle for, but I would probably have to hook up a keyboard, which we're probably going to do before the stream is over. I want to see what happens if I put a keyboard and connect it to this game and see what would happen. Because I can control it with I've controlled Train Sim World 5 with the keyboard, and that's how I actually filmed some of the shots for a lot of the stuff we did, like delivery showcases. And I got to make sure I set a marker further than that, because I'm about to send Thomas barreling down the tracks. Matter of fact, we're going all the way to Vicarstown. Let's see if they have that, because that would suck. I feel like there's gonna be mods for these. Hopefully, there's gonna be mods for these games, because this is one game that definitely would, like, benefit from mods. Imagine like Donald and Douglas, or even Lady, or even Diesel 10 in this game. Like, just imagine Diesel 10 in this game. Of course, the possibility of it. I mean, it's Thomas's game, so it's possible. Just imagine Diesel 10. What station is this? I didn't feel like Mapford. I really wish we could bring the engines from, like, Train Sim 5 into the game. I know it will look weird and uncanny, but imagine, I mean, you have, like, previous year season backwards compatible. I'm sure you can have, like, it'd be possible for us to be, like, having the realistic trains. It's gonna look weird, but it's gonna look cool. It's gonna look weird. We all know that. And here we are now. No. Should we stop here? No, I'll just stop the camera and let Thomas keep going, because by the time I switch back to him, he'll be at a new location. It's pretty good. Pretty faithful. Now we're going to what appears to be, this bridge feels familiar. I thought it was the same viaduct that's in Train Sim World 5 because they look alike, but nah. This is a different one. Question is, how do we get down there? Like, that's another task at hand, because I don't know what this is down here. All I know is Cranky's not here, and I'm disappointed, and my disappointment is immeasurable. Speed ahead. Alright, let's Let's send them full speed. Alright, Thomas, we're gonna send you full speed and see where this gets us. It says your max speed is 75, so I'll be the judge of that. I bought this full speedometer, we have to use the full speedometer. Come on, Thomas. Do the cows actually move in this game, or are they static objects? Oh, they're actually alive! Nice! Oh, do it, tunnel we go. I don't want to stay in these here. We don't have to history inside the tunnels. Yeah, I also hope they don't have that feature where it immediately puts you into like a black screen whenever you crash, like the previous week, because other than the good stories of Thomas Ridge, it's also memorable for a lot of the crashes, so you're really going to be ruining that hidden on the flying cow. Well, we haven't even used the other engines yet, so that's going to be fun. So we're going to probably play some of the story modes, because this game has built-in story modes. Okay, this place feels familiar, but I can't put my finger on the name of it. Also, I wonder if we're going to see like little like small Easter eggs like Trevor, or even like Terrence, the tractor, like in a field somewhere, like a blink and you'll miss it Easter egg, or even like one of the bus, what is it, Bulgy the bus? Just something like that. Is that what that was? Could have put a sign up. But when it comes down to like people modifying, I hope people mod this game, because it would just be cool to see like every engine in the game. And the thing about it is, I don't think it would take long to even mod it, but you don't need to mod really, because if my theory is correct, and this is just the CGI TV models that they used, then it would be very easy at that point to then import any of the models that were from the show, because like, if you read that first tip, like if you have the game, like the first tip they tell you is that the guy who's voicing the narrator, voiced from season 17 to, is that what it's, 17 to 25? So if that's the case, that means that you have the models from in between when the series was around that era. Wouldn't it be easy to port them in? Like, I know porting like stuff like that takes a lot of time, but if it was that easy to get engines such as Emily into the game, it would be pretty easy to port CGI already ready-made models into this game. Or not. No, you can't. That was another thing. That was another thing I wanted to talk about. You can't reskin models, so can't do custom reviews. That was the one downer. I mean, at least we got the full Thomas game, but hey, Edward in a Furness livery would have looked splendid. But you never know, the game just came out and they have an announcement tab for when they're going to be announcing new stuff. So you never know. Hey, is that a reference? No, that's just a tractor. Could have been a reference. What do you think of this game? Shit. I mean, you can drive around, but when it we're gonna see like we're gonna test stuff. There's that tractor again. It's watching us. All right, that's the first and the. All right, I got my eyes on you. I'm not doing this today. That's the first weirdness. We got the tractor spotting us. Tracking us. We're gonna see it out the window one day. Wait, was that a viaduct? Oh, it is a viaduct. Just that works. I'll see you next Friday. Wait, where is this? Also, that line goes wild. It is just, that's what it is. It was just like a farmer's tractor, like out inside of the. There it is again. Look. I'm not the one who's tripping. Oh, so we gotta find the magic buffers. I know they hid them somewhere. I told you, look at that. I'm not crazy. Everyone is gonna call me crazy. There it is again, watching us in the distance. He returned as a vehicle. Exactly, they returned as a tractor. Oh, is this Gordon's Hill? Are we going uphill? This can't be Gordon's Hill. Nah, Thomas is faking it. Come on, Thomas. You're not running out of coal. Like, okay, if he actually runs out of coal, that's another cool feature. But also, that's going to limit filming for a lot of people. I mean, I'm pretty sure, or if you have a sense of realistic, if they have it like the coal actually drains, that's going to be crazy. That's a crazy feature to have, but that's also a wild way to mess with it. It is? Yeah, Thomas is slowing. Never mind, he is slowing down. Oh, well, we're about to start speeding up if we're going downhill now. Alright, Thomas. Now, if we somehow bank onto the left rail, like onto the left line, and we start to veer off into some bushes, we might find Hero. I don't think you have the right car, though. We're not building up enough speed. No, we're picking up a lot of speed. I think we're going downhill rapidly. Also, we need to test if the troublesome trucks will push us down the line. Or will they just be normal troublesome trucks? Alright, where's this? That's a viaduct. A lot of viaducts. Where are we now? Thomas, you aren't even halfway down the... Okay, so that bridge we just crossed... Wellsworth. Okay, no, that was... So we're approaching Kildane. I want to see Kildane, because there's one thing I want to check and see if they have. It is going to really decide. I really... Please just have this one thing. It's from the story. Well, from the book, so I just need to know if you have it. I mean, at this speed, Thomas he's almost at Kildane right now. Like, we're literally about to be there in yeah, because, hold on. I'm literally pointing at the map on my screen to track where we are. Yeah, we're approaching Kildane. Yeah, when it comes down to reskins, I'm iffy on going to still be doing that after a while. Like, after this Friday, livery requests will be closed up until, like, probably 4 months or so. So put in your final request while you can, because after this, it's going to be closed for a minute. Instead of 80 miles. I mean, they had to render it down slightly. I mean, you see, if we go back to Tender Shed, you'll see it's scaled slightly weirdly compared to the actual Tender Shed. So they had to scale a lot of it back just to... Are we passing Kildane? Oh no, there it is. I was about to say, where's Kildane? Alright, Thomas, stop. Alright, it's not going to kill you to stop. Alright, so there... Is that the... No, that's not it. There should be a clock tower and a church. And when you look at it from a certain direction, you should be able to see the standing stones. Does anybody see any standing stones? Do you not see the tractor watching? Where is the tractor watching? Where do you see the tractor? If we don't find the standing stones, I think we find another anomaly. It's the tractor. It probably was, and I wasn't paying attention, but it's gone now. It vanished. Like I can go pretty far into the town before they tell me to stop. Alright, let's continue, Thomas. Should have brought some cargo with us since we're talking that. We'll look at us weirdly while we're driving down the line without anything, but it works. Yep, killed aim. Go back. Go back. Go back. Okay, wait. Go back where? Go back where? Go back where? Stop the train. 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 Thomas, what are you... I'm saying stop the train. Can you not read English? Good sir. Do you not speak... Oh yeah, he's lollygagging. He's not even paying attention. Thomas, we're trying to find the standing stones, and you're not paying attention, are you? Do you even know the mission? You were just chugging down the line. You weren't even thinking about what we had to do today. Yeah, you didn't. It's alright. Neither did I. I didn't know the mission either. It's alright. Go back like some meters back. Alright. We're going back. I gotta remove the first path because if I try to back up, it's gonna disconnect us from the server, per se. I'm trying to go backwards, but you won't allow me. It probably would help if I was on the train. Alright, we're going back. Okay, that's Baron sighting. We're going back to here. Or I'm gonna set the marker there. Tell me when to stop. I'm gonna start backing up. Alright, Thomas. Don't worry, Thomas is the best engine at driving backwards. He's done this millions of times. I sense an accident happening, but I'm not going to be responsible for it. Oh, we're looking for the tractors. I thought we were looking for the standing stones. You had my hopes up. Tractors on the left. Where are these? Oh, there. I see what you mean. Thomas, stop. Thomas, stop. Thomas. Don't give me that face. Look at this smug. He knows exactly what he's doing. Bro, it's like he can hear me. And I'm not even changing his face. It's like he hears what I'm saying. Don't be smug with me, Thomas. At LBSC. Oh yeah, that's you just pointed out a good fact right there, Andy. Why don't you have the LBSC Thomas in here? That would be very easy to port over since it was previous DLC on your game. That's a good question. Dovetail, how will you respond? You see that, Thomas? Same tractor for the past... What? How many miles was that? 1.1. Oh yeah, we're pretty far out. Same tractor. Do you got a problem with me? What's your quarrel with me? I notice you're a red tractor. I don't like this, Thomas. We're always being followed. Like, something's always watching us. It's either that weird dude dressed in red from the previous game, or it's his red tractor, farm tractor, that apparently just teleports wherever it wants to be. You know what? I gotta give that tractor a name. What should we call this tractor? On the right side. Also, let's see. What do you mean on the right side? There's no tractor on the right side. How dare you lie? There's no tractor over there. I've been duped. Where do you see thy tractor? Just look back there. There's a good oh, how I see it now, hiding amongst the fields, but like pretending to be a cow. There's two. Is it two of them over there? Look, they're freaking having a meeting. Good day, sir. I don't mean to disturb you, gentlemen, but why are you all gathering on the rails? What's going on? I do not appreciate this. Thomas, we must leave. These fellow tractor gentlemen, one just disappeared right in front of us. Hold on. You see that? I do not trust this fella. To be honest, if this game is moddable, it would be cool to have Ringo start Michael Manning with George Company. Yes. It's the name from the open president. Charles Crook. You know what? That works. Good day. Doobly. You know what? We shall name them. Hold on. What is that name? Charles Crunkett. It will name. That's what we shall name thy tractor that disturbs thy peace. The teleporting tractor shall henceforth be known as Charles Dunkett. Crunkett. We'll call them the disturbing tractors. Stop teleporting and following me, old fellow. I do not appreciate it. All right, Thomas, on we go to Vickerstown. And please do not crash. I don't have insurance on this locomotive. You are the engine, though, but I don't have insurance on this railway. You kind of don't get insurance on this railway until you've driven an engine at least 5 times. Okay, Edward. Oh, where's Edward? We need Edward in the game. How dare they forget? Why do they always leave out either Henry or Edward when it comes down to stuff like this? I demand Henry. Sound like that. I do. I wish I sounded that good. Onward, Thomas, to Vickers. What do you mean? Don't you dare! Oh, you sly dog. Replay service timetable return. Do I really want to do that adventure all over again? Those who wish to see us do this journey again, raise thy hand, and those who do not. Shall it be timetable, or shall we replay the service? My vote is, I don't want to do it again. Henry was banished from... Oh, that's why they named it Henry's Tunnel and Henry's Forest. It all makes sense now. But where's Edward? Hold up, did you know that... I was reading that fact. How dare you? It was about Audrey. How dare you take that fact? I was actually reading that. Timetable. What that? Maybe this is timetable, but where were we? We were at Kilning, right? So we would have to have journeyed to Whispering Woods, the town. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce that again because I absolutely butchered it during a meeting. Croven's Gate. What is this over here? A ballyhoo. Okay, I love that one. Ballyhoo. Henry's Tunnel. I told you. They put him back in the tunnel. But here's the thing. Henry's Tunnel is also a town. Just thought we should point that out. In Vickerstown. That was our point of interest. So we can either go back to Kildane, or we can travel up... Oh, we didn't even... We were supposed to start at the Farquhar's Fort quarry. How dare I? I didn't even do the whole map to begin with. I'm slowly turning into Douglas. We'll go all the way down to the flipping quarry. I don't want to go to the quarry. I don't... Yeah. Well, then where's Edward? If Henry's still in the tunnel, where's Edward? Edward is either on his branch line or still at the back of the shed. But if he's at the back of the shed, he's at the back of the old shed. Oh, this quarry actually looks nice. And now that I'm looking at this quarry, we need a Bill and Ben. So Dovetail, let's talk about it. Alright, let's get serious here. You have a quarry here. Are you seeing some potential here? Now, this wouldn't be hard to add. Just a few adjustments, and I think we can have a Bill and Ben. But someone who would also work here, now that I'm looking at this quarry, narrow gauge engines, alright? And that's just me. I'm gonna keep saying it until y'all add it, alright? You guys are gonna probably have to fight me on this one. Crash Gordon. Okay, we'll need something to crash Gordon into. Okay, what's over there? Alright, if he spawns in with an angry face, I'm going to spawn him in with some troublesome trucks. Of course, Gordon, the pristine engine that he is, refuses to carry just trucks, but of course, you grump. Can you not put a smile on that face for more than 5 seconds without looking like you don't want to be here? Alright, Gordon, we're going to test you for a little experiment. We're going to crash you into the back of some troublesome trucks. I want to test to see what the damage is when it compares to the previous game. So, we're going to spawn in. You know what? Okay, Percy, why do you have Annie and Clarabelle? We're just going to do a little recreation. Do you remember that episode? Percy, why do you look tired? Hope you get James eventually. Oh, that's happening soon, but why do all the engines look dreaded to be here? Okay, y'all gonna stop changing your emotions whenever y'all please. Alright, whatever. Gordon. Alright. So, I have a task for you. You are going to go full speed at our dear friend, that's kind of too cool. We'll take Percy off the line. Those who believe we should leave Percy on the line for this experiment, say aye. Those who believe we should take him off of the line, say nay. We shall not do this. We shall not... Percy, you are small. You see what I mean? Like, they had to scale back a bit on a lot of the stuff. Like, I know Percy's a tank engine, but he's about the size of Bill and Ben right now. Now I just feel cool. Okay, Percy, we're gonna do make Percy pull the express. All right, okay, first we need to crash Gordon, then we'll make Percy pull the express. Percy, get out of here before I change my mind and decide to actually crash. All right. We have a line of box vans? Faceless box vans. Okay. Gordon, you have a task at hand. If he just shunts these out of the way, I'm not going to be very mad at that either, but I kind of need you to crash. No, I need to see that in quick motion. Can I see that again, please? Gordon, your stairs fold in. Alright. That's definitely not going to haunt my nightmares. I didn't even know that, but that's good to know, I guess. I thought those were stationary and they just climbed aboard like off the stairs and okay. Anyway, all right, Gordon. There's no pressure. We just need you to drive full speed. Let's go. Make us proud, Gordon. Come on, Gordon, make everybody proud. Gordon, you made me proud. I'm not even mad at it. At least we got to see the crash. Wait, what's going on there? Look in the paused image at the top right. Why is Gordon flying? You know what? I'm gonna love this game more than I should. Why is Gordon taking flight in the background? Well, we know what happened to Gordon. That wasn't my fault, technically. So, Gordon's currently crashed. So we're just gonna go to Knapford and have Percy pull the express. That sounds fun. Well, that is why. So that's what happened to Gordon in the last season. Poor Gordon. I feel like we're at fault there. If Sir Topham had ever asked where Gordon currently is, tell him he's taking flight. It reminds me of that one meme when Gordon said, "I'm an express engine, I don't go." All right, we need an express. So Gordon, oh wait, but Gordon's canonically crashed right now. All right, we have to spawn in another Gordon. Don't. I like how you're smiling in your image. Also, are those just the CGI images from the actual show as their pictures? I dig it. Which fuels my theory even more that they just use the actual CGI models from the show for this game. If you just blatantly, flat out, just using. Come on, what about Emily? Of course, we still have Emily. Emily's going to. I would not crash Emily. That is a war crime. And last time I dropped Emily. All right, Gordon, get out of here. We need Percy to pull the express. I mean, how about Percy and Emily do a double header? How about that? ItzAtrain with his crazy explanations. Reduce's gonna need his medication. When he hears ItzAtrain's crazy exaggerations of being. You know, it's a good theme song for these for these live streams. It's just chaos on the rails, 24/7. Hey, if Sir Topham Hatt isn't going to stop us, which, if I'm wrong or if I'm right, he should be around here somewhere. So he is literally watching me set this up and not doing anything. So technically speaking, I'm not doing anything wrong. He would have stopped us long ago, so he doesn't mind that we're crashing the engine. Plus, you have to think, if all these accidents happen on the railway, how much money does Sir Topham truly have? It's basically in what? Train fun fact, over 100 still are in. And I'm just now hearing this news. Surprising. I'm actually surprised no one's told me that sooner. Now I have a plan to go and buy one. How much do they sell for? I know they don't. They're really expensive. That was a joke. I don't even have the remote I don't even have the remote amount of money to buy an engine. But if I did, I would probably try to buy the Sterling single that's in the museum. No, I'm sorry. I really want a Sterling single. That's why we have Emily and Percy out on the rails today. We're gonna. All right, Percy. I know you're excited to pull the express. Okay, Percy, chill. It's just the express. Why did I just hear Thomas's whistle off in the distance? Alright, are we all ready to go? No, 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 no. Emily? Emily, you are pushing Percy forward. We need to go backwards. Thank you for your input. But, it's always going to be one of these engines making this difficult, aren't they? Launch myself right off her cab. Hopefully I don't do that while driving. Triple header, but in a different universe. Okay, we're going to spawn more express coaches in and then spawn Thomas in too. Alright, they're reversing now. Thank heaven. Or we should just go ahead and spawn Thomas in. We'll have a triple header, or we'll just have every engine out on the rails. And we have Percy, we have Emily, and we have the express. You can hear that. Oh, are you serious? That will, okay, we got to get to Krogan the gate. Wherever that is. Because I don't know where I spawned. It's... Never mind. I know we're going down here. Alright. Here we go. Emily, Percy, let's go. I know we said we were going to make this a triple header, but I want to get to Krogan. Yeah, I want to hear those whistles. Let's see how fast we go. Percy already looks like he's struggling. Chill, you got Emily, Percy. Okay, we're going pretty fast, but for only 20 miles per hour. Percy, your wheels are spinning pretty fast for an engine. 25 miles per hour. I never realized how open Emily's cab actually is. You're kind of just in the elements here. If it starts raining, oh look, a plane. Okay, the Percy Emily doubleheader actually kind of clicks. Also, I absolutely love the express coaches. I think we have the red ones too, but they spawn with coordinates. We're going to Krogan's Gate, and we stole the express from Gordon. No one told Gordon that we stole the express. He'll be very angry than what he already is. Alright, what's wrong with the brake push? Alright, what's wrong with the brake coach? What do we, have? will lose good wins with the Dark Turtle at the only in stream with something like that happening. Alright. It's gonna be blinking and missing, but we're gonna try to get a good glimpse of the break coach. Yeah, I might, yeah, it spawned in like that too. Everyone remembers it spawns in like that. I didn't do that. Oh, we can spawn as many Gordons as we want. Yeah, it's backwards, but I didn't even spawn. It spawns in like that, so someone coded it in to spawn backwards. You know, it's going to be a pain, but just if you want that to be accurate every time you spawn Gordon, you're going to have to, like, I don't even know how you would, like, because there's no way to make a custom formation in this game. So the only way to fix that would be to spawn Gordon one way, decouple the break coach in the opposite direction, then spawn Gordon again, then delete the one from that one, then back up and connect to that one. Just to spawn Gordon correctly, but do we really want to do it? Army of Gordons. After we get to Krogan's Gate, or we're probably just going to do it soon, because why did you point that out? Because now it's going to bug me for the entire journey. The break coach is backwards, and it spawns like that. Well, in the patch notes, Dovetail, that's the first patch right there. Your break coach is backwards. How did that even? I'm guessing when the game probably confused the direction of the coach, or because hey, leave the break coach. No, you're good. It's just that when I was like, I see a small detail. A lot of Thomas fans are like that. We're very small and keen on detail. That's why everyone points out to me whenever like liveries don't match the actual bases of the engine. Yeah, because you can't really get the actual bases on console. But small details like that bothers even me. And to know that the only way I can fix that is I have to do that entire setup I just explained. Yeah, that's gonna bug the heck out of me whenever I have to probably film this game. Only problem is now you can't hide the HUD of this game for PS4. I'm guessing that's just a day one glitch. There's a lot of there's the tractor again, watching us from the distance. Rosie with the oh, that's. Now, don't make me decide between Rosie and Emily. That's a cool option because I love both pigeons. That's a cool pick. I kind of still like Emily. So I know a lot of people are going to chop my head off for that, but I kind of still like the fact that we got Emily. Now, the only thing I don't like about it, but I know it's based on later series, so it's fine. But Emily with her number on her Tinder does not look good. I kind of prefer before she had it. It's annoying me to decide between Rosie and Emily. Like, that's two peak engines right there. Rosie, or well, depends which kind of Rosie we have gotten. We have got her in that red livery or her original OG livery, because both are good. How? I love the Sterling single. I love that. I'm gonna steal the Express. I don't think he has the power to pull the Express. I mean, unless that meeting they were having earlier in the stream. They were trying to steal the Express. Emily, first, hurry up. We have an engine on the horizon. They're trying to steal the Express. Are we on Gordon's Hill already? Oh, we are going to slow down tremendous. If you have a Sterling single, like, well, I bought a Sterling single model, but if you just have a Sterling single model, I'll buy it. Come on, up the hill we go. Come on, before the tractor spots us. I just love Sterling single models. The best engine, well, and Ragusa's favorite engine is the B12. Like, we all have our favorite engine. For Emily was my favorite model engine. It used to be Thomas's basis, but for someone ruined that for me. I used to really love the E2s, but someone really ruined that for me. Molly! Nah, I ain't even gonna do Molly like that, because Molly was a good engine too, and I love Molly's bases too, so I'm gonna let you slide with that one. Molly was a really good basis for me. Now let's get on some engines that nobody likes. Billy, let's talk about that. Billy, or what's everybody's opinion on Ryan? I didn't really care much for Ryan. He didn't have much character. But I feel like he had some potential. I feel like he would have been better if he was literally just the evil Thomas. I know that's cliche, but that is a false claim. Billy is not the best. Billy drove me insane. Oh, we're going downhill now. Wait, why do you guys have Henry's Forest labeled, but you don't have Gordon's Hill labeled? A bit strange, isn't it? What about Charlie Bailey's, Charlie has a brother? Oh, they are going at top speed. Even Gordon hasn't reached these speeds. They might be beating Gordon's time. Percy and Emily have officially nearly beaten Gordon's record. And we're talking about the engine, Charlie. He has a brother? That's crazy. Road Crusher from Super Cruiser and Sodor Repair Rent. Wait, who? My knowledge on Thomas and Friends when it comes down to the CGI series, because I kind of fell off of it after that. What was the movie that put me to sleep? Day of the Diesels. I've never fallen asleep on anything Thomas related. So the fact that Day of the Diesels put me to sleep tells you enough. We're almost at Crovan's Gate. How are we only halfway there? Thomas covered that much ground and under the... Well, they're carrying the express. My bad. Forgive me, Emily and Percy. You're doing record speed right now. Which one? The bridge we just passed? We are not stopping at any station, alright? If you wanted to hop on the express, you better jump on as it's passing your station. That's the rules of this express. If you want to get on the express, you better be ready to hop on at your station. And we mean hop on. You need to jump on the coach as it's passing by. Because we are not slowing down. I didn't have every book, so unfortunately I didn't see that engine, but now I'm curious to what that engine looks like. Is it is it one of the engines that are similar to Iron Duke? Probably not. That's the only other engine I really know from the Railway series outside of a few, like a handful. Because when it comes down to Railway series engines, like background characters wise, I never paid attention to them, nor did I really know they had like deep lore stories behind it, except like a really like a handful, like Iron Duke. And this is a Thomas game. The possibility of us getting Railway series engines in this game are very, very slim. But I mean, they have the book stuff and they were referencing it. Can you imagine some of the Railway series engines in this game? We already passed Kill Day. Show and merchandise. To be honest with you, after I stopped watching back in God knows how long ago, I had never really cared for Thomas More past that point, so I didn't even know what was going on. So it wasn't until I got into Bachman when I saw what was going on with the Thomas merch. And to be honest, ever since that situation when they switched the magnet coupling into those crappy plastic ones, it hasn't been good to me since then. And I already wasn't really a big fan of the Wooden Railway back in the day, but comparing old Wooden Railway engines and how they're designed compared to that version that they have released with the halfway painted engines, them old Wooden Railway ones I would have bought in a heartbeat. And the tragic part is the take and play engines that I used to have with the magnets in them, they're pretty much rare to come by the collection that I had, because I had a collection of nothing but a lot of rare engines, like a fully golden Thomas that you had to be at a certain celebration just to have gotten. But I don't. He is at full steam. Well, Emily's helping him, but he's at full steam. Percy sounds like he is struggling. I think we should give Percy a break. He literally sounds like he was struggling to whistle. Also, don't call him Dirty Percy. He didn't do anything. He's helping us get to Crovin's Gate. Wherever Crovin's Gate is. Oh, there it is. Well, we're approaching it. He'll survive before then. Oh no, he literally sounds like it. Do y'all hear his whistle? It literally sounds like he's struggling. I feel bad. I really do. I don't think Percy hit. Just hang in there, Percy. We're almost to our destination. If Percy has a boiler explosion, we're in Emily's cab, so I think we'll be fine. I don't think they will. I mean, Percy sounds like he's struggling. I feel like if I take my hand off the throttle, like, bad things will transpire. Okay, well, stop, because I feel bad. Percy sounds like he's literally struggling. So we'll temporarily actually stop. I mean, he sounds like he's dying. Alright, stop. Alright, we made it to a station. Alright, Ricky, stop. just overshot the state. You better hop on while you can. All right, this express is not staying long. I just wanted to stop because one of the engines were feeling bad, and I would never dare hurt one of the engines. Now, if anyone gets hurt while jumping onto the express while we're going over 90 miles per hour, that is on you. All right, I'm not the one who has to catch the train home. So I have James. Yeah, I need to get James. I didn't get the deluxe edition because, like I said, I needed to buy something else. Are you all right, Percy? Oh, Percy sounds better. Are you ready for the rest of our journey, or do you just need a break? I mean, there's no water like thing anywhere nearby for us to stop and get you some water, so you'll have to do the rest of the trek up to where we need to go, Crovan's Gate. You think you're up for the task? Sounds like Percy's up for the task. And not really. But a lot of people's favorite character is James, but yeah, he's a cool dude, but I'm not paying an additional $10 just to get a few more stories in James. I'll just wait until he's a DLC at that point. Plus, what I needed to buy was train related for something else. I need to set it aside because I'm doing something else in the meantime. No, I don't want to get... What? No, Percy... What do you mean Percy doesn't say he doesn't want to keep going? Listen to that happy whistle. See? I think when Thomas derails, he goes across. That would be a funny little tidbit. Hopefully he does. But their faces actually changed. Alright, Percy sounds like he'll be fine. Put Thomas in front of Percy and Emily. Alright, yeah, that's fair. So Percy's not flipping dying. I didn't even think it was that much to really worry about. I thought Percy, you had it in the bag. Percy, you'll be fine. Toby is a shed. His whistle sounds kind of distorted. Yeah, I noticed that too, especially when you're driving at high speeds. Poor fella sounds like he's about to die. Alright, let me spawn Thomas in. Or is it that thing where if there's a route blocking the way, I can't spawn in an engine? I love how this game works sometimes. They still have that same train sim world feature where you can't do nothing if you got a path set. You gotta love it. What was that sound? Should I be concerned? Like, I feel like if I get onto the train, Emily's gonna go flying because her wheels are currently doing the Harlem Shake. Emily, why are your wheels dancing? Like, why are you doing the cha-cha? Emily's having a seizure. That's... Oh, what's happening? I don't know what to do. I'm scared if I do something, and she's smiling through this. What part of this is funny? Your wheel... Okay. Oh, Emily. Okay, let's see how this goes. I'm going to jump onto your cab. Hopefully this doesn't disconnect us from the game, but all her wheels are currently having, even her I don't like this sound. Alright, did it stop? What was that about? You good, Emily? You done? You're staring at me with that bombastic side eye like, what was that? I'm more scared scared about what was going on with Emily, and she's just smiling. Look. Why are you just... Okay, let's spawn in the other areas because Emily's scaring me now. I think Percy was whistling because something's wrong with Emily. Now I see why Percy was screaming in distress. Emily is fully possessed. She is the ghost. Emily's wondering if you got any games on your phone. No, Emily, I don't have any games on my phone. Alright. We're spawning in the entire entourage. Someone help Emily out. Alright, Gordon, Thomas, we need to get to Croven's Gate because Emily accidentally had some of Henry's special coal again. It was tripping. I didn't even do that. That wasn't even planned. That wasn't even me this time. Henry in the show looks like... now I don't want to see it. But I'm curious now. I have to see how bad it really is. Alright, Gordon. We're taking the express. We left you behind last time. This is probably the dumbest thing. Why is Gordon's wheels not moving? No, Gordon. Stop pushing Thomas forward. We need to go backwards. Alright. This is probably going to break the game. I don't think you're allowed to connect this many engines to each other before the game starts having a problem. So we're going to break this game. Day one breaking. You gotta love it. What do you mean, Emily Sim? After that possession, I don't know what that is. That's not Emily. That's a demon right there. Matter of fact, we got to rename this right here. This isn't Emily. After that demonic display that she just did with the wheels like shaking rapidly, we got to come up with a new name for that engine. That's not Emily. Don't call that Emily. That's demonly. All right. That is a demon. That is not our Emily. Emily, the only thing scary about her is that she's supposed to be Scottish. Other than that, I don't know what that was. All right, stop the train. Stop the train. I don't think we can spawn a bunch of... Is that okay? We're gonna see. We're gonna see. But why would we be? Is that the narrow gauge track? Nah, that would be wild. All right, onwards. Emily, why didn't you whistle? Yeah, that's a demon. That's not Emily. Let's go. Gordon needed some assistance with pulling the express, so he called his friends Thomas, Percy, and Emily to help. How fast do you think we can tackle Gordon until now? Alright. Yeah, someone's whistle sounds distorted. Percy's. Yeah, Percy's whistle, he sounds off. It sounds like he's struggling to breathe. Even with all this help, Percy's still struggling. Yeah, he does. Especially when in motion. Hopefully they fix that. That's nice. Yeah, Yeah, that's, my thing is, how does something like that happen? It sounds like his sound file got badly. There's that tractor again. Look at it. In its natural habitat. Are we at Crowman's Gate yet? All these engines and we still ain't at Crowman's Gate. Now imagine once we have Edward and all the rest, the line of engines we can make. I would put every engine into a single line and just drive them at max speed and just see the carnage unfold. Yeah, I did. Well, now I know where they got the name for Godwin. Remember, people, we haven't gotten this far up the map, so we're entering new territory now. Now, if we, oh wait, that's out near the docks. I was about to say, you think we will see Misty Island somewhere in Bash, Dash, and Ferdinand? I hope. I hope. Why would we ever want that? Are we at Crowman's Gate yet? Almost. We're going a little too fast though, we need us to slow down. Oh, we're going downhill. That makes sense. I'm not slowing down, we might just have to crash. Or I might just hop off the train. Or I might slow down because I don't want the game to disconnect on me, so let's go ahead and stop the entourage. Alright. This was a stupid idea on my part. This is why we can never trust. And this as an engine, wouldn't Pyramid Head technically just be the Kildare experiment? We made it to the gates of Crowman. Hello friends. We have made it to the... Let's see if we're talking about it here. Oh no, my battery level's low. Okay, that's what a charger would make. Oh wait, no, I unplugged it just to plug up my microphone. Okay, well, if the controller dies, it dies. And I never stop at the right platform. Okay. Hey, stop. Hey, Gordon. Objective complete. Alright, don't disconnect me from the game, please. I made it here, but don't disconnect me. Oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness. Alright, welcome to the narrow gauge track. Wow, these are some tiny tracks. The guard coach is backwards. Why? Yeah, somebody pointed that out earlier. We know, and I didn't spawn it in like, well, it spawned like that. I didn't code it to be like that. They did. But alright, let's delete all you guys to get out of my face. Thank you for the journey. Gordon, you still look grumpy as ever. Thomas, I appreciate it. You're not even paying attention. Thank you. Percy, you probably look like you're tired. No, you look, you had to get, and you're possessed. Have a good day. We're going to spawn a bunch of Emilys. Okay. Boom. Okay. Oh, so that tells me right there. Oh, wait, that's some hope right there, by the way. After I spawn in the first Emily, that is some good hope right there. Where the heck is the light local? That's some good hope right there. If they coded in narrow gauge railways, maybe we will be seeing some narrow gauge engines. Think about it, but I don't know. We can dream. Also, do you think we can walk up that line to see what's up there, or do you think Train Sim World probably coded it to where we can only go so far? That'd be pretty neat. No, in Train Sim World, you can only go so far. Don't give me hope. They wouldn't, and plus, how would that even work? They would have to downsize Emily for that to work. No, you can't. What? What? I'm just, okay. Alright. You know what? It works. It just works, you know? I don't know how it works, but it works. Are you gonna doubt the process? I wouldn't. I'm telling you, Train Sim World knows what they're doing. This is a once in a lifetime moment for us to drive Emily on a narrow gauge road, or Thomas on a narrow gauge road. Also, hold on before we continue. Dovetail, if you ever see this, this is not a glitch. This is a bonus feature. Never take this out, because people can now recreate when Thomas is chasing Luke, if you ever add narrow gauge stuff, up inside of the quarry. Don't take this out, alright? It looks like a glitch, but this is a feature, okay? Do not remove this. This is a very, very useful tool. Alright, I know this game is based off, it's supposed to be based on realism, but come on now. No more. See, what people don't know is, when Emily was first built, everyone just assumes they only ever built one of her kind, like one Sterling single. Nah, she has sisters. It's just, like, they all look like her. They all go by Emily, and they were interchangeable, like, for scenes. So whenever Emily wasn't able to show up, they had Emily, her stunt double, take over for her. And whenever that Emily couldn't show up, they had Emily show up. But whenever Emily couldn't show up, they had Emily show up. But then when Emily couldn't show up, they had Emily. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like you to meet Emily. Emily, I'd like you to meet Emily. Emily, this is Emily. Patrick Sterling, well, he now has, hold up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, you know we were all gonna try that. Definitely, that is of course. Don't you dare disconnect me, Dovetail. All right, we're having some potential here. This is good meme potential right now. All right, I don't know why they would code like signals on this line because we are not supposed to get up it, but you never know with Dovetail. They'll do one thing and then say it's probably gonna say boundary pass. We can't. But it's worth a shot. Everyone... No, she's not floating on the narrow gauge track. She's driving on the narrow gauge track. Bro, she's struggling to get up this line. Because she's not supposed to exist on it. Did her tender just derail? Oh, she's stuck in between the other engines. Oh, okay, I'm gonna stop. I'm going to stop before I send myself flying. This was a very bad idea. We might have to, I'm gonna despawn that because I realize what's happening. She's colliding with the other engines. And I know what was about to happen. She was about to clip and we were about to get sent to the pearly gates. And I don't think any of us want that as we Alright. Problem solved. Let's go, Emily. See, I told you. She was dragging along the other engine. This is accurate, by the way. This can happen. Emily on narrow gauge railway. No one believed me. They all called me crazy. But I told them one day I would get a standard gauge engine onto narrow gauge tracks. No one ever believed me. They all called me cuckoo. Look at them now. Who's laughing now? I did it, you fools. No one ever expected me. You know what happened? Scarloli said something to Emily, and he didn't expect her to actually get onto the rails. I don't think that's supposed to happen. Well, no, it's supposed to happen. Okay, this is a feature. This is a feature. This is an in-game feature. Look, if you won't allow me to have narrow gauge engines, I'll make my own. It's not quite the gauge that I was expecting, you know, this looks like standard gauge. Oh, we're going through the gates. Also, if they weren't planning on adding narrow gauge engines, why can I drive this far before they disconnect me from the world? We're going through the gates. This is cursed. No, it's not. This is beautiful. Welcome to this. No, okay, now I reached the limits. Okay. But why'd you allow me to drive that far? You've reached the edge of the represented area. No, I didn't. You're lying. You're lying to the audience. Let us see what you're trying to hide from us. Emily is immortal. No, where are we? Oh, we're back where we started. And we have all our Emilys still. We didn't have to respawn. Well, we lost one Emily. Emily. I bring with you the worst of news. We unfortunately lost our Emily. I know this is tragedy. It's a true tragedy that has befelled us. I have never seen that before. So yeah. Now make Gordon pull the red branch line. He's going up the narrow gauge line. Gordon on the narrow gauge line with some red coaches. Now that's cursed. We got to do it. All right, it's the most cursed thing I can think of. Gordon with red coaches going up the narrow gauge track. He's an express engine. All right, it makes sense. Look, he's happy. He's happy to be here. He knows he's home. Gordon. Oh, this is so cursed. I'm getting banned from every Thomas fandom known to man. Hopefully they'll start fixing this. No, don't ever fix this glitch, Dovetail. This is beautiful. This is a beautiful glitch. Hold up, Gordon. We gotta travel up. No, this is Gordon's main line. All right, what are you guys talking about? This is not a narrow gauge line. This is Gordon's main line. All right. This isn't a glitch. This is intentional. This was meant. All right, it's how this was meant to be. He has to be. This is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Gordon on narrow gauge track driving. What's the red express? Hey, it's opposite day, alright? No, Gordon, we can't scrap you, alright? You need to complete your journey up this beautiful line, alright? Freshly, let's get a close-up of those wheels perfectly aligned on the rails. Look at that. Gorgeous. Do you see that in motion? Okay, Gordon, now you're disappointed. Alright, let's go full speed up the line. See, what you guys see as cursed, I see as an opportunity. Alright? Having Gordon drive up his line You know, this is Thomas and Friends Wonders of Sodor. You know, it's a wonder how Gordon is currently traveling up the narrow gauge line. But we don't ask questions. All right, just look at the beauty. All right, just imagine Gordon's theme playing right now. Do you feel the wonders of the joy? You'll probably go full throttle. All right. Oh wait, we already reached the gate, but don't worry, we're just gonna spawn right back at the point. Thank goodness. You can't hide whatever you're hiding from us, Boomer. All right, I know what you're hiding behind there. He's hiding on the Taco Bell Supreme. Emily is Smudger and Gordon is her handle. Exactly. Now we just need a... No, I'm not tripping. I'm not tripping. I saw an engine. I saw an engine spawn right there in front of us. It wasn't this dude's shifty hairstyle. Also, fam, what is up? Vehicle derailed. What do you mean vehicle derailed? I wasn't even there. You really put that blame on me? Gordon derailed on the narrow gauge line because I wasn't on. Or Emily derailed because if she kept going and I got kicked back to here, that means Emily traveled further up the line before derailing. Because there would have been no way in heck that Gordon got there in that amount of speed. We need a little Western pilgrim. Imagine Dutch shows up in chat and says what is happening. It will be. I don't think they're gonna pop up. Like if they do, I have a lot of explaining to do. But if they'd probably be preferred if they don't because it's chaotic. Rexel Jetstream looks fun. We need the Little Western Pilgrim Skarloey Railway Line. Edward. We need Edward in general. Right there, it said Series 17 to 21, so that means you have every model from that up until that point. Also, I love how the loading wheels kind of look like what I imagined Timothy wheels were supposed to look like before someone correct me on that. Oh, welcome to Knapford Station, everyone. What's down here? Nothing but my hopes and dreams. Who's worse, Billy or Charlie? That is a hard vote, both. They are both equally terrible. That is a very, very... Do the troublesome trucks actually bump us and laugh? That's the biggest question of the year. And Emily. Even though there's some bugs in the game is supposed to... Oh yeah, definitely. Like I'm already having more fun. Oh, that is the most blank face looking troublesome truck. That is not even a troublesome truck. That is just a slightly mischievous truck. Where's the hold on, Thomas, get out of the way. Thomas, move. Get out of my way, please. Who is this? That doesn't look like a troublesome truck. He looks like his name is Carl. I can say the troublesome trucks do have weight to them. That's cool that they have weight, and I was about to see if they actually bump into us and cause us to go faster, but what part of that face looks mischievous or troublesome? Bro looks like he's a mild inconvenience truck. I hope Kevin and Victor get added. Oh, now he's smiling, but I hope so too. That would be a good addition. Victor or like the Steamworks or just anything from like the relevant era, like from Hero to, I was gonna say Day of the Diesels, but I'm not even gonna handicap myself like that. Do I really want to see what was that one show? Movie. With Percy, it's very hard to stop because he'll just slide on the rails before coming to a stop. Yeah, I noticed that when I had him in a double header with Emily. I think Percy just might be a weak locomotive. No offense, Percy. We're just gonna. I'm gonna set up a scene. Gordon, you stay there, looking. Oh, now you look proud because you're carrying the express.
Waddle. Spencer.
If they add Spencer to this game, I'm derailing him every stream we do. Also, I think they have Percy in the mail card.
I swear that was red grandma. Yes, red grandma. Not red corn. They're doing grandma. There's also one where her grateful working stuff.
That's gonna be an issue. Ronald and Wuglis. I'm dead, but. Oh, Gran, thank you for that heads up, actually, because I was actually thinking of playing the story, so that's... Percy, why do you have that connected to your mail cars? Also, the mail cars look... mwah, beautiful. Gorgeous. Now, can we get some green ones, Dovetail? Is that too much to ask? I feel like that's not too much to ask. Some green ones? But some green mail wagons, Dovetail. That's all we asked for. Diesel, you haven't gotten your chance in the spotlight to shine, so we'll spawn you in. Even though you had enough spotlight to shine in the Train Sim World DLC where you're... Yeah, look at you, you smug. Actually, that's a good question. You know what? Let's see. Oh, they... Dovetail. Let me talk to you right quick. If you're going to have us have the ability to open up those firework cars and have it be nothing in it, at least give me the common decency of being able to open up these mail cars. Like, come on, what are we doing here? Like, I can get onto this, right? Hold on, yep. You can't interact with this. Hold on, but let me see if I can get onto this. Dovetail? We have some discussions to talk about, Dovetail. Okay, that works. Can I get into the actual thing? Dovetail, we have some discussions, Dovetail. But you gave me special coal, so I'll let some of... I'm not letting this slide, but I'm going to pretend like I am. Dovetail, why can't I get into the mail cars? How am I supposed to load mail onto the cars so Percy can take it around so... Maybe the vans can be open. Alright, we'll check the vans now. There's a van, right there. Let's check. Dovetail. Hold on, Dovetail. You're telling me... Also, I love how there's hay in here. Hold on, Dovetail. Explain something to me, good sir. Good sire, good sir, good friends. How may I open up this random fellow here, but I may not open up thy mail calls over here? Thy sense shan't be made. But mail vans cannot. The mail is full of Mr. Normal. How else are we supposed to get the balloons out then if they're all stuck in the mail car? So, I believe these coaches can be opened. Hold up, we forgot to spawn our main friend Thomas and Emily. Also, if you're going to add Emily, please add her coaches. That just seems like a redundant thing to ask for, but... What do I know? Thomas, Annie, and Clarabelle, where are you? Annie and Clarabelle look fantastic as always. And at least the people on the coach look somewhat with the times. You know what? I'm seeing some cloning going on here, but that's probably just a normal feature with all games. You're gonna see some cloning. Can we get onto this coach? I actually never seen inside these before, and I'm about 90% sure that's not how the inside of Gordon's coach looks. It's probably for the later series, you know? No, let me go back in there. Something's not right. That coach felt just feels off. Let me sit down. Nope. No, but it is cool to see Thomas and Percy outside the window. But no, this feels off. Something feels off. Yeah, no, they are. There's a plane flying over Africa. Oh no, it's not Tiger Moth. I zoomed in on that earlier. It flies over really close whenever you're not looking or over the bridge. But its normal route is going that way, and then it turns and zigzags and goes over the bridge that way. It should be passing it at any point, or when you first spawn it, but it respawns, and I think the color of it's red. But if we see a yellow one, that's Tiger Moth, so keep an eye out for a yellow plane in the sky. But before then, I'm checking out some engine details. Yeah, that's a good Gordon. Does your headlamps at least work? Beautiful. Beautiful. Still disappointed that the mail cars don't have it. That's a... Alright, Emily, what do you spawn? Coaches? No, it's a thing in free roam. We've already confirmed it's a thing in free roam, unfortunately, because somebody actually pointed that out. And actually, you can see it right here. I think either Keegan or Andy both pointed that out. The brake coach is backwards. Whistles discovered. There was a whistle? I just stole someone's whistle, and I hope they don't come looking for it, alright? If you see a angry conductor or guard come by, tell them we don't know where the whistle is, alright? Everyone just... But yes, this express coach is back. Now I have a lot of stuff. But, no, that's just a feature, apparently. Every time you spawn it in, it spawns backwards. Do these doors open at least? So you can make the back doors of the brake coach open. But when it comes to the mail cars, I'll let it slide. You know what? I'm just going to stop talking. Okay, these feel much more cooler. Like, I feel like this is how the coaches should be more designed, but... Who am I? I don't know if it's the same thing with the red express coaches. Let's check. Emily spawns in with the red express coaches. It would be weird if that's a feature just for Gordon. Emily, let's check if you have the same, and she has the same issue. It's just for both of the express coaches. So, there are some small glitches that probably need to be fixed. One of them being that the express coaches spawn backwards, no matter who you spawn in. Whether that be Emily, Gordon, or just whoever has express coaches. I guess they all just spawn backwards. That's cool, I guess. At least Annie and Clarabelle seem... No, they seem sad. Why does everyone seem sad? Well, Gordon, that's because I left your coach open, so he's in the wood. I mean, other than this few bit of car, I wonder what other updates do you think, like, rolling stock will get? Because so far, that looks like any Clarabelle coaches, mail cars, need those. That's essential for Percy. That's about it. I guess we, I gotta check out whatever. I haven't seen that trailer, but or whatever the people are talking about. I haven't seen it, but hopefully it's good. I know it's definitely going to take away from the experience, and a lot of what I'm saying is just me like nitpicking. But that the one nitpick I can 100% point out is, come on. I just want to load be on the mail cars. You have one task, man. Can I climb up the ladder? It'd also be kind of a cool feature if you could kind of interact with some of the NPCs. Not those NPCs, like those are just soulless husks. Those are just demons in the coaches. That's why no one ever sits on the coaches. No, I mean like Sir Topham at Mr. Percival. Like it would be kind of cool if you could actually, or just see them like their characters on the platform. Like they spawn in, but I don't know how you would really code something like. I guess you would only just have the NPC like a certain one spawn in once for every time you arrive at the station.
We have red branches. I'm trying to get something.
Because Emily has the red branch line coaches. So does Gordon. So you kind of get them no matter what. You know what, Gordon? I think you need to take, instead of the express, you're taking the mail express. So, we're going to collect a bunch of mail cars, and you're going to take... See how sad he got the moment I said that? I feel like they can actually hear what you're saying in response to that. Of course, another joke, but if so, Gordon, Scotsman is better. He did not take too kindly to that. I'm sorry, I'm joking.